What's up, FFA? Good morning, everybody. Hey, it is Monday, and I could not be more excited to kick off this week with you guys. So many of you have ran to new heights so far this year, but especially over the last few weeks. So many of you guys, the team leaders, the coaches, new agents, you guys are out there hustling, setting new records back-to-back week, and it's a very exciting time for everybody here at FFA, and we just love seeing the momentum. So shout out to you guys for dominating it last week. Make sure you check out the agency chat for the agency leaderboard. It'll get dropped in the announcements today. See where you stack up and see who your next competition is. What agent are you going to run against? This week, we're going to do a two-part series, Monday and Wednesday, on these morning calls of how to approach a lead. It's so important, and it's changed a little bit here recently. So I'm going to talk about how to approach a lead, how to get in the presentations right. And so if you're an agent who's been struggling, feeling like you're just not talking to enough people, Monday's call, well, today, right? Today's call and Wednesday's call is going to be the call for you to listen to. And then Friday, we're going to have another agent host the call like we did last Friday. If you missed that call, make sure you go back and watch it. Sam led the call. It was a phenomenal call. She interviewed a bunch of agents who did great, shared a lot of great tips. So make sure you go back and watch Friday's call. But as we jump into this week, let's kick it off with the verse of the day, which is Samuel 3, verse 19 to 20. And it says, "So Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and let none of his words fall to the ground. And all of Israel, from Dan to Beersheba, knew that Samuel had been established as a prophet of the Lord." All right. Now, regardless of what you believe, historically, you could go back, and in all of those communities that were just mentioned in that verse, it was a well-known idea that if you saw Samuel, that was a prophet, and what he said went, right? He was actually viewed almost more important than the king himself. And the last part of that verse really helps us as we dive into this week about how to approach a lead. All right, watch how I'm going to tie this together. But it said in the last sentence, all of Israel from Dan to Beersheba knew that Samuel had been established as a prophet of the Lord. Notice what they said, what this scripture says, that everybody knew that he had been established. You know what's interesting is back then there was no social media, right? There was no Samuel on a video saying, "I am a prophet," right? But everybody inherently knew that he was. Why is that? It's because God put it in their hearts to know that. And it really teaches us that you can't control what other people think about you. You can't control what competition thinks about you. You can't control what your leads think about you, right? As you approach the door, but God can. And it's really interesting as you go into this week, if you kind of release your likability, right? The concept of how people view you, if you release that to God and trust that he's going to let the right people like you and the right people not like you, right? It's amazing what takes shape throughout your week. And I remember being in the field, and you can't control the attitude that your clients are in or anything like that, or how they're viewing you, right? When you show up randomly to the door. But I always remember just kind of asking for guidance that he would lead me to the right people. And there's been so many instances where he's led me to the right client that needed my help that specific day. And I knew that he had put it in their heart to be willing to talk to me in the first place, right? So as we jump into this week and we jump into this topic of approaching leads, think of that scripture and apply it to your week. He can control what people think, right? He can control how others view you, and ask for guidance and help on that as you approach your week. So guys, let's talk about this topic, okay? I want you to write these down because it's going to change the way that you view how you're approaching people. and how you're approaching leads, because you have got to get good at approaching people who are not expecting you if you want to be a successful agent. Okay. And so how do you do it? It's the 3 C's: car, close, and confidence. That's the first part. We're going to go over the next part on Wednesday's call, but let's jump into the 3 C's. Car. Number 1, your car is the very first thing people see when you pull into their driveway. And that matters. The first impression matters. Most of your leads are sitting back in their recliner, right? And they're looking out their window, and boom, they see you pull in the driveway. So what your car looks like matters. All right. Now, I'm not telling you that you got to go into debt, buy a brand new car. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, make sure the thing is washed, right? I'm a firm believer at how your vehicle looks as you start your week is how your brain looks. All right. And if you get in that car and it's just a bomb went off, all right, and them rims haven't been washed in like 3 years, take care of it. All right. That's your brain. That's what your brain looks like inside. And your clients, I'm telling you right now, judge you based off of the vehicle you pull into that driveway with. So, guys, when I started in insurance, I had a 1998 Toyota 4Runner, no air conditioning. The thing was not a super nice looking car, but it was clean. All right. And that mattered to clients, seeing that it just looked as good as it could. So I don't care what you drive, right? I don't care if it's a work beat. It doesn't matter to me. Just know the way that car looks is the very first thing your clients see. Also, with the car, where you park really matters. All right. And it might seem silly to a lot of you guys listening to this, but I've dissected this down. I have practiced parking my vehicle in different sections of leads' houses to see what kind of reaction I would get. And it's super important. So I actually had somebody come to our house. He was a pest control salesman. And this was like a week and a half ago. It was not long ago. I don't know what it is, but I have my house gets door knocked a lot from different people. But the pest control guy, and I have no problem with people knocking on my door, right? I actually enjoy it. It's what we do for a living. So, but anyway, the pest control guy knocks on my door and I go to answer the door and there's no car in my driveway. None. I can't even see his car. And he's not, our neighborhood is not like, you're not walking and door knocking people, right? Every lot's like 4 or 5 acres is spread out. Like you have to have a vehicle if you're in there trying to go door knocking. So when I didn't see a car, instantly like red flag was up in my head. Like, how did this guy get to my driveway? And as he starts talking to me, I notice his car is parked through my woods on the other side of the road. And I thought, that's weird, right? I'm like, is he actually selling me pest control? Is he trying to rob us right now? Why is his car parked all the way over there? It threw me off. And so, guys, where you park your car matters. How you park your car matters even more. All right. You want to pull your car in almost like the delivery guy, right? Like, guys, you don't want to just like park the thing way up there. Like, don't be weird about it, right? Drive up, park in the driveway in front of the garage or whatever it looks like. Get out. I recommend leaving your car door open, leaving the car running, right? And go up and knock on that door. So when somebody answers the door, they're like, oh, okay, there's their car. Everything makes sense. The pest control guy that knocked on my door, that didn't make sense. Why he had his car parked all the way through my woods and he had to have walked through the woods to get to my front door. I'm like, what is he scoping my house out? Like, what is this guy doing? So how you park your car and where you park the car matters when you're door knocking people. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. A lot of you are like, I don't like to leave my car running. I don't like to leave the door open. I've never had any trouble with it. Do it whatever you feel comfortable with. I just know the leads that I have knocked, I have gotten a warmer reception when they see my car run and the doors open and I'm here like, hey, I'm here to go over these final expense benefits you had sent in for. I'm going to go cut my car off. I'll be right back. It just looks more professional. Okay. So car is number one. Keep it clean and be mindful of where you're parking. Don't park on people's grass. Like, just don't do it. I promise you, they're going to get mad at you. All right. So that's number one. Number two, hey, other thing with a car before I get off that topic, don't block their car in. All right. Cause that throws people off too. So, just be respectful, right? I guess that's what I'm going with. Be respectful with how you park because it goes a long way. All right. Close. Guys, your appearance matters, and it matters more now than it has ever mattered in any door-to-door history. All right. I will be the first one to tell you, I was the first person to say, dress like yourself, don't overdress. Be yourself, go knock on the lead, don't dress too fancy. I have since changed my attitude on that because there are a lot of unprofessional people door knocking your leads. Okay. There's a lot of landscaping, pine straw, roofing, mulch, pest control, solar, cable, internet. There is a lot of people in a door knocking profession, and your appearance is going to dictate if that person is going to be trusting you and willing to talk to you. All right. Now, this is something I have trialed, and I have gotten a way better presentation rate, meaning I've gotten into more houses if I'm wearing a shirt like a polo with a company logo on it than I have if I'm wearing just like what I'm wearing today. I've gotten into way more doors looking a little bit more professional. This is especially to the guys with a polo, the little FFA logo. If you need one, guys, jump on the FFA website, hit agent store. We've got all kinds of polos you could buy, whatever. But I've gotten a way better reception with them seeing that logo. Now, sometimes they might be like, who's Freedom and Faith, right? I've not heard of that. And you just explain it. But when they see the logo, it tells them, hey, this is a legit person here talking to me. All right. I had a guy show up, another guy. I don't know what he was. We weren't at the house, but I caught him on my Ring doorbell when we had the kids on the Disney cruise the other week. Same thing. He parked his truck up at the road. He comes walking down. He's got a cut off shirt, cut off sleeves, tattoos, which I'm not judging. Look at my arms, right? I'm not judging you with tattoos, but cut off sleeves, baggy pants, knocking on my door. And I'm like, on the Ring camera, I'm like, what do you want? Like, why are you knocking on my door? Looking like that, right? Like, don't look like you're there to rob somebody. So guys, it's super important. Dress professional. All right. A nice shirt, nice shorts or pants, right? It's fall. All right. Bust out like a nice flannel, whatever. You got to look professional if you want to get into somebody's house. Okay. And it takes their guard down. They see that you're a legitimate licensed agent, right? You look professional. You're going to get into more houses. Guys, earrings, piercings, just think about it. If someone was knocking on your door, how would you want them to look? What do they need to look like for you to talk to them? All right. Now, I know that might sound kind of judgy, but it's true. All right. You've got to look professional. I had a roofing salesman knock on my door the week before the guy that I was just telling you about knocked on my door, and I took his card, right? He came up. He was very professional. He had a truck. He had a logo of his company on the truck. He had a company polo, and he said, hey, I'm so-and-so with XYZ roofing company. We're doing free roofing inspections. If you'd like us to give you a free inspection, we do it with our drone. If you need any repair work done, we could help you with your insurance company, get it fixed. Very professional. I didn't need anything with my roof, but I took his card. And if I do need something, I remember him, right? I put his phone number in my phone. When I need a roof, I'll reach out to him. So your appearance matters. If you're getting a lot of people answering the door and they're like, who are you? What is this about? Like this is the first thing they're saying to you. something about how you're dressed or how you're presenting yourself is throwing them off. So keep that in mind, guys. Clothes matter. What you dress like matters. And that first impression is everything. And then confidence. This will be the last one, and we'll wrap up today's call. Confidence comes with doing this over and over again, right? But your confidence starts the minute you pull into that driveway. Guys, don't be the person, don't be the agent that pulls into somebody's driveway, and then you have to take 3 minutes to scroll through your leads to find who you're even at. And then like you're just sitting in their driveway, and then you get out and you're like very slowly walking up to the door, and you're just like, you just look not confident at all, right? Don't be that agent. Be the agent that has the lead prepared, right? I don't care if you got to drive past the house, pull to the side of the road, get the lead pulled up, and then pull in the driveway. I do it all the time. Pull in the driveway. The minute your car stops, you should be out of your car waving as you're walking up to their door, knocking on the thing, and being confident with the door approach. All right, picture, I know so many of you guys are Amazon fans, right? The Amazon Prime button, especially a lot of the moms and the wives out there. I know you guys love hitting the Prime button, but just like Alicia, right? Think about the Amazon driver. They pull into your driveway, they get out, they're hustling, they get the package, they throw it on your porch, they take a picture of it, and boom, they're on to the next one. That's the level of confidence you want to look like, all right? Pull into the driveway, you're not, diddle-dallying around and taking forever. Pull in, get the lead out, walk out, wave, hey, Miss Betty, knock on the door. If the lead's outside, you should already know their name. You should be talking to them before they talk to you, right? Wave, hey, I'm Ryan. Sorry to catch you off guard. Be confident. Guys, the more confident you are, the more houses you're going to present to. All right. And you should have confidence in knowing you're there to help people. You should have confidence in knowing that they had filled out a lead, right? For at some point in time. And that's your permission slip to be there. It's not like you're just cold knocking people, right? Like if I was just parking on the side of a road, knocking on a bunch of random people's houses, yeah, I could see why you wouldn't be that confident. But guys, you got these leads. Like these are all people that need your help. Be confident. Be like that delivery driver. All right. One of the things that hurts you the most at the door is your level of confidence, how you hold yourself, how loud you're speaking. Guys, a lot of people you're talking to are hard of hearing. You need to talk slow and loud. Don't talk fast. Don't talk like a robot. Be confident, be smiling, act like you're supposed to be there, right? And you're going to get into a lot more leads. You're going to get into a lot more presentations. So that's the 3 C's, guys: car, clothes, and confidence. You need those 3 things dialed in if you want to get into a lot of leads. You should be getting into 7 or 8 out of 10 approaches. So that means if Miss Betty opens up her door, I better get into 7 out of 10 of those. If somebody answers their door and I'm face-to-face talking to them, I should be getting into 7 out of 10. Anything less than that, one of those 3 things is off. My confidence, my clothes, my car, something's off, right, with my approach. All right. If you're getting into half, 5 out of 10, you're doing good. That's an average. Like that's what you should be hitting as a brand new agent. Experienced agents, you should be getting into 7 out of 10. And then if you really want to push yourself, you could be like Alicia and you just get into like 10 out of 10. All right. But even I'm not that good yet, so she can keep teaching us on that one. But guys, that's all I got for you today. Approach. It's so important. Tune in Wednesday if you want to hear the second half of what goes into the approach. Appreciate you guys. Let's go kick off this week. I want to see you in WhatsApp. Drop a selfie with you hitting the field with you and your client. Let's get the momentum going and set a new record. We will be back here on Wednesday.